What is going on, y'all? Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. Hope you're having the best day ever today. I just wanted to show you what's going on over here. We got a lot going on over here today, not just this, but y'all look, there's Tommy right over there. The chickens and everybody over here, Ryan, the other little rooster we got, Cheese. They all accepted Tommy in less than 12 hours, to be honest with you. The next morning when we came out here, they're all fine. Tommy's walking around with everybody. They're all completely fine. They came over here to me because they think I'm gonna give them a treat, which I might. It's hard not to. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that everything is going as we had hoped over here, for sure. We're gonna work over here on the chicken coop day, and I'm gonna tell you what we got going on here. But there was a question that I really want to answer that I saw pop up a lot when we moved Thomas over here, and that is we need to get Tommy some hens. Tommy needs some female turkeys over here. There is a reason why we no longer have female turkeys or hens on our farm. Tommy's probably had, I want to say, at least 6, maybe more than that over the years. Tommy's 7+ years old, and there's a few reasons why we've decided, to be honest with y'all, as of right now, things could always change, but as of right now, why we're not adding any hens to the flock, female turkeys. That is, they're roamers. They're not going to stay in this area. They're just not. Especially when breeding season comes. When breeding season comes, typically what they do, and this is what's happened to almost every single one of ours that I can think of, they're gonna hop this fence because the females are way more agile than the drakes, the male turkeys, okay? Tommy is a big old fella. He can't fly it hardly at all. He's not gonna jump. The females can fly a lot better, and this is domesticated turkeys. These aren't wild turkeys. So what they'll do is they won't stay in their fenced-in area or pasture or wherever you got them. And this has been our experience for the last 10+ years. They're gonna get out, and then they're gonna head over to our woods or wooded area, or those are not even our woods, that's the neighbors. But they're gonna go over there and they're gonna build a nest, a secret nest that you can't find hardly. And then they're gonna lay eggs and they're gonna sit on them, and a predator gets them eventually. And that's what's happened to almost every single one of ours, except the other thing is what they'll do. We had this happen one time before, is that they will lay an egg in one of the nesting boxes and start sitting in the nesting boxes. And at that point, during breeding seasons, they will become extremely aggressive. And they will run off all the chickens from going in the nesting boxes. They will just be very, very, very aggressive. If you go in there, they're gonna attack you. They will eat your arms up. So those 2 reasons are the reasons why we're not right now gonna add any female turkeys to our flock. So that is the reason why we don't have any and really don't plan on getting any female turkeys. So as you guys know, in our old bus, we had that room in the back. And what we used that room for was to introduce new chickens to the flock. And we do that for several reasons, mainly so they can kind of get used to each other. And it's not a total shock to the new chickens. And usually it's baby chickens that we have brought into the flock. And, you know, they're just too big to be in the brooder, but they're too small to kind of go out here with the hens for now. Because they're going to get picked on, and they need to be big enough where they can take it. Once they get big enough to go out of that room, we'll let them out with a flock. And regardless, I don't care how long they stay in there, they're going to get picked on because there's a hierarchy here in the chicken world. So today our plans are to try to build a room like we had in that old coop in this coop, because we do have a new set of chickens that have outgrown the brooder. Brooks put them in a stall in the barn. All right, y'all, come on, get you some of these treats. Come on, Tommy, get you some of them. There y'all go. There y'all go. And y'all, I really do think that we have enough scrap and leftover materials to make this room without having to go to the store and buy anything. Also, we officially took the ramp off. They wasn't using it. They always use the stairs, as you can see right here. And yeah, no sense of it sitting there because, you know, I had a feeling that Brooke and myself may trip on that thing. So we took the ramp off. They use the stairs. That's just what they're used to. And I've seen a lot of y'all ask me, why don't I move the stairs in front of the door? Well, see, we got a step on the trailer that came with it, this steel metal step right here. If you look right here, you see that these stairs have bracing on it right there on the back side of it. So therefore, it can't go in front of the door because that bracing hits this metal stair right here. Is that right, girls? That's right. Plus, another thing you'll notice is the door's shut. I got it timed to come open a little bit later. They're really not using this right now because it's hot, it's summertime. So since it's hot, we leave this door open. And then when I move this coop, I have to come out here and manually change this and make it shut and stay shut so it won't open up in the morning time and all the chickens come out and we can't move the coop. So that's why I'm just leaving it shut for now. It will open later in the day, which is fine. Goodness, girl, what you fussing about? What? I'm gonna gather eggs. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's gather them. All right, let's see how many eggs we actually got today. 4, 6, 12, 14, 16, 18 eggs. All right, only 18 today. Unless Brooke gathered them earlier this morning and I didn't know it. I don't think so. I don't think they would have laid 18. Well, y'all, I tell you, I was a little curious about the eggs because I was getting Brooke's video ready early this morning to get it going on YouTube on her channel, Mrs. Cog Hill Farm. So Brooke had already came out and did some chores, and I didn't think she had gotten the chickens yet because there was pretty good many eggs in there, 18. But she just let me know that she did indeed collect eggs earlier this morning, and she got 27. Which means we got, what's that, 45 eggs this morning? Yeah, that's a good many. So our girls lay a good many eggs between, I don't know, 6 and 8 a.m. It's crazy. All right, well, I'm gonna get them cartoned up and get them out there on the farm stand. You hear those emus? See which one it is. And that is a grunt. That is a grunt call. That is not the drum. The drum is way different. That's a grunt. That sounds like just a boom, boom, boom. The drum is like if somebody had a bass drum with a foot pedal and just hit it a bunch of times in a row. It goes do 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 do. But that is a grunt call. They quit. So I don't know which one it was now. Up, I believe it's this fella right here. Ernest, because Ernest, because I don't see Opie. Yep, Opie's over there laying down. Oh, we solved that mystery. Well, hello guys. Love your hair. Love it. Looks amazing. Hey, but it won't be long and y'all will be out in your new place. Yeah, be out. Before you know it, you'll be out with your toes in the grass. Yeah. All right, ladies, we're coming to do some construction in here. Yes, we are. A little construction. Just a little
It sure is
construction.
cooler in here. I'm
Ain't it cooler?
not surprised at why they're in here. You may get down here and put a little something under it.
No, 'cause I want to be able to get that wood under that lips. We're fine right here. Right there. You hold it right there.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go all the way over? Or
I want to be flush with that.
flush
Right
with
there.
this
Let me
board?
let me get a screw in it.
I can move it like that, can I?
Mm-hmm. Get one
I think
at
I
the
got
top.
it.
Right there. That is perfect.
That's what you wanted, isn't it?
That's what I wanted.
Let me stand on it. Don't screw through my foot.
I ain't gonna screw through your foot. I'm not gonna do that.
Tommy is not gobbling.
Tommy says too hot to gobble.
It's too hot to gobble. You got that right.
Tommy, some rain coming though, brother.
Cut the camera on.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, it's on.
Is it recording?
Yeah. We don't need to leave the chickens a hammer. No telling what they'll do.
We don't.
They'll have stuff built all over
You
this
don't
coop.
need to leave chickens a hammer.
Let me hold it down.
Can I get in there? I think I can, bro.
They'd have a whole chicken playground built.
Ain't no telling. The wrong one get a hold of that hammer, we'd be in trouble.
I'd say cheese would be the wrong one. He's looking at us right
Is
now. Yep. Hear him?
I hear him. Look at there. Got us a cheering section going on over here. Yeah, Brooke and myself got our own personal cheering section right there. Not Scott, not Scott, and not Scott. We appreciate y'all cheering us on, fellas. But don't come over here messing with Tommy. You got me? And they're actually a good bit over ways over there. All right? They like that little structure we built that the hay's under. They like hanging out over there and sitting on top of that thing. So yeah, they're way out there. You can't even see them. So I don't think they're really gonna mess with Tommy over here. If they do, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I think we're fine. All right. So now we need to figure how big of a door we want.
Yeah, and do we want it to open in or out?
I think out.
Okay. Do we want to do it over here?
Instead of all the way over here?
Mm-hmm. I was thinking we could add a roost on this side and not interfere.
Ooh, that would be a good idea. If we put the door on one side and put the roost over there and open up that door, I think that'll work.
Because we can keep it open, and if it opens this way, it would be even better.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, yeah.
We got plenty of room.
Yeah, you gonna do 32 inches?
And then we can just, put something there to hold it back when there's no chicks in here.
We can do 32. We can even do 24 if you want to.
It don't matter as long as we can get in
I
here.
think 24.
All we need to be able to do is get water and food in here.
Let's do a 24-inch door. Then we'll put us a piece here and a piece across yonder. And then this can be screened in, and that'd be a lot easier too. You thinking, Brooke? I got a square. Let me go get it so I can make a straight line.
You gonna hit it?
Yeah. All right, Brooke and myself, we got this done here. This is the wall. We kind of changed our plan up a little bit, what we wanted to do here. And I like this better. We were going to put the door in the center, but we've offset it to over here because there's nothing over here. The door has plenty of room to swing open, and we don't have to cut two separate, well, we're going to put wire up here, hardware cloth. We don't have to worry about doing two separate strips. And I think it's going to work out great. Let's go build a door. Hey, listen, you take all the measurements and mark my boards, and I'm gonna get to cutting. That way it go a lot faster. Deal? Good deal. I knew I could count on you.
Is that a smooth edge? It is.
Yeah. All right, you gotta come to me.
Let's call it right here. Can you push it in right here at the bottom? There you go. You know what I'm thinking?
What?
This is gonna make a nice little ancona ledge.
Maybe they'll start laying their eggs there.
Maybe. Be easier, wouldn't it?
A lot easier.
You want to use chicken wire? And we don't put our stapler up.
Yeah, we don't put everything up, string back in.
That wasn't very smart.
Mm-mm. All right, so we got everything done, except we got one little issue, and that's up here. We got this gap up here, and the original thought was that we just put some wire up there, but none of this is, same. Doesn't match up. And then you try to put wire up there, I think it's going to be all gapped up and bent, and it's not going to look nice. So we got this looking pretty nice. So I came up with an idea, and that is to get that old pallet wood we had that we bought for the milk room, and just kind of put that up there. It can be spaced out. It don't have to be, butted together. And I think that will work, be super fast, and look way better. That's what we're fixing to try and see how it goes. You gonna do 13 again?
Yeah, I think this has got to be it, but I don't see a number. That looks really good.
Yeah, it looks way better. It looks way better than the other one, don't it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we were pointing straight down.
Huh?
The camera was pointing straight down. He was looking at our feet.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm sorry about the technical difficulty, but our technical issues there, but it did turn out quite nice. Way, way better than I actually thought it was going to look. You know, Brooke, it looks bigger than the other one too.
I think it is.
This coop is if I'm not mistaken, I know this coop is 8 foot longer than the other coop. And I think it's about a foot wider. So I can see why that room is bigger, especially width-wise. It just looks a lot bigger, which is good. That'd be good for them. But I know what that means. If we got a bigger room, that means Brooke's gonna want a bit more chickens.
What do you say?
I said, since that's a bigger room, you're probably gonna want more chickens.
I hate to tell you, Jason, but I got more chickens. It looks like everybody's having a meeting on the rocks. I didn't catch it when everybody was up there. But all the goats were surrounding the rocks, and that's what we want. It helps to keep their hooves down by climbing on something abrasive.
Wanted to give y'all a garden update today in today's video. You can see the drift roses are still just thriving right now. You can see I got some spent blooms, but it's still blooming to beat the band. Now, I had some people ask, do I ever cut these back, or do I cut the old blooms off and that kind of thing? And I did at first. I did. But now it's so big, it's just no way I could come in there and deadhead all these dead spent blooms. It would take me, I don't know, several days. And yeah, it's gotten so big that I don't think that's possible for me. I just wouldn't have near enough time to do that. So I'm just letting it go. It's doing great. It really is. Would it produce more blooms if I did that? Sure, it would. But I just don't have the time to come through here because it is so big and massive right now. Another question that a lot of y'all asked was, what color is it? And this is called blushing pink, or blushing drift, I should say. Blushing drift. That's the color of this rose, which is a drift rose, like you're drifting in the wind or the ocean. That's enough drifting. But that was and the other question was, how many was it? And I kept thinking I had the number 24 in my mind. Originally, I went and counted. I counted them. Originally, we planted around 24 or 25. Then I came back and added some more. I got a total of 40 in here now. So this is 40 roses, but y'all, this is let's see how big this bed is. Let's just see. Well, that's an 8, 16, 25. That's a 24 foot wide by 1, 2, 72 foot. So you can say 24 by 70, something like that. So that's a pretty big bed. And there's 40 of them in there. And you can see I gave them plenty of space to spread out because I bought 1 gallon plants. Little bitty 1 gallon plants. Yeah. Also, one more big request I saw was, Jason, can we get a drone shot of this drift rose bed? Absolutely. Here you go. One other thing that I'm kind of proud of is moving this clawfoot tub over here and putting those petunias in there. Yeah, those petunias have done awesome in this tub right here. Oh my goodness, does that not, I mean, that may be one of my favorite things right now when you walk up to the garden, is this big old tub of petunias. Coming on in the side garden, you can see the urn is really just, it looks awesome. It really does. It's starting to fill out a pretty good bit now. And you can see how tall the geranium is compared to the Amelia bells and the potato vine. It is really done well. I mean, I appreciate Tracy giving me the idea of doing it like that with the geraniums, the Amelia bells, and the potato vine. The hostas are blooming, all of them. The big one's fixing to put on blooms right there. The little ones are blooming. They're thriving, loving that shady spot that gets late afternoon sun. Of course, this one over here is in the shade too, along with my beautiful dogwood tree. And it's enjoying its spot too, and it's got a little bloom on it right there. But I want to go show y'all the back and show you how the vegetables are doing. Flags are still doing well. I don't see much fading yet, but it's still kind of early. My lights did come in. I just haven't had a chance to get those installed yet. Portulaca is doing awesome, I must say. Strawberries are still thriving. I've already had about 5 or 6 this morning, but you can see we're still putting on strawberries. It loves its spot. I think it likes that afternoon shade over here, gets that morning sun, but look at there. still producing strawberries. Again, you can see the portulaca is thriving in these window boxes over here. Remember, we're still going to put a cover around, or something to cover up this air conditioning in the generator. I want to show y'all the back garden back here, how well everything is doing. I mean, look at my tomatoes. Isn't that awesome? We got tomatoes everywhere. You can see our herbs right here. We've been using the basil. That's my favorite herb. I've been using the stew out of it. We've been using the parsley, but you can see how fast it's going. Brooke is about to start freeze drying these herbs pretty quick here, or pretty soon, I should say. There's my Cherokee purples right here. There's my little cherry tomatoes right here. You can see my better boys right here. And these are those dark angels from Hoss right here. And it's loaded down with them. And there are the cucumbers right there. And I do have a trellis, but I may have to cut it. And I don't think I'm gonna have time to do that today, because I gotta edit this video and get it ready to go out tomorrow. So that probably be the next day project right there. But there's a little quick garden update, what we got going on. Some stuff that we're gonna be doing in the future is we're gonna plant some flowers in the back here in the empty raised beds. And we're gonna plant some more flowers out there where the chickens are, in the chicken area near the sun hemp. Got plans for another bed of flowers over there as well.
Well, the smoke just settled down when you appeared. Your face, it made my vision crystal clear. If I'm missing my destination, well, that's alright with me, 'cause now there's somewhere else I gotta be. Well, even if I met you in another life, still feel like I would end up with you. You got this kind of energy that makes me smile. I just wanna settle down with you. My marigold, your marigold, and my marigold, your marigold, and
Well, we certainly appreciate you hanging out with Brooke and myself and all the animals today. Thanks for helping us with the chicken coop, getting that extra room built so we can get those little ones moved over pretty soon in the next few days, or probably next week sometime. Hope you have the best day ever today. Catch you on the next one. And as always, y'all be good. Come on, Holly, let's go throw the ball. Come on.